In today's video, I'm going to be looking at this Honda engine, which is, well, hydro-locked, or has been hydro-locked, the B20A6. This came out of my car, and unfortunately, I'll say the head gasket or something's gone in it, and it lost power in a really bad position on the Tasman Bridge, so I had to kind of put the pedal to the metal to try and just make it over the top of the bridge and roll down the other side. And of course, by the time I came to a stop, basically the engine shut down and it had hydro locked itself, so it must have been getting a bit of water in there, but unfortunately I couldn't really stop where I was, so I've put another one in its place. Turns out there are a few differences between this is out of a 91 and I put one out of an 88 or 87 manual one in there. Mine's an auto, so there's a few bits and pieces that were different, but the main hassle was one of the engine mounts on the end completely different, and also this pipe here has different locations for some of the hoses in the auto and the manual. But anyway, what we're going to do with this thing, it's just been sitting here, so it's going to be pretty rusty inside, I would think. I think two of the cylinders had coolant in them. When I got it home and wound it over, you could actually see that it had blown a bit of water out at where I was after they towed me off the road there. There was a bit of water had been blown out of the filler bottle or the reservoir for the coolant, so I knew something pretty bad had happened. And I don't think the car would even turn over at that point. And I think it was the two middle ones, I forget now, or the two end ones here, a lot of water in them. And it turns over a certain amount, I think, and then just stops. Which direction does it go? That is definitely a hard point. And we've undone the bolt that way. I think you could turn it, well, you can see I can turn it a bit. Bam! And then I think that's the extent of it, you can turn it. So I don't think there's any actual holes in the engine or anything, but I assume something in the con rods or the like is broken in this thing. So I've basically removed everything off that I needed to fit the new one. And I think the rocker cover's already loose, yeah. Not sure why I took that off, but that can certainly go. I guess that'd be a good one for getting sandblasted or something and put some new paint on it, because they've always got most of the black paint missing of them. It'd be really silly, you can paint them red and pretend it's a VTEC engine, which they never had in this model. But we'll have a look and see what's left of this. I might as well take the head off and see if it is the head gasket that's gone. I think that flywheel, I don't know why I put that back on there, but it looks like I've had it. That'd be the old manual one, I guess. I think there's 17 on there. Because I would have had to take the auto, or probably just took it off because I don't know if they're actually different or not, I can't remember now, but that will reduce the weight of it quite a bit. If we get rid of that thing, and I think I've got about 5 of these lying around these days, so I think they can go straight in the scrap metal. I've got a few clutches and bits out of manual cars I've pulled to bits. I'm pretty sure I took the oil out of it, or what I could get out of it. So I don't think there's much more we really need to do to pull the head off. I think the head comes off complete with all the manifold bit. So I think really I just got to take the cams off. What does the auto car says? Crack the cam caps loose. That he always messes up. But we can probably just rip all this to bits. And good idea to get some of these gloves. I don't really like wearing gloves because my hands tend to sweat a bit, but these ones seem to be alright. Just so you're not touching engine oil. I guess I better get something to chuck all those bits in, so we're not making too much mess. I did actually pull a smoky one of these motors to bits before, and did sell the guy one of the, I think it was the intake cam, because he actually had a problem where the little key part on the end where the timing belt goes had worn and was rocking around, and the pulley was moving a bit on it and putting the timing out occasionally. That's the only time anyone's wanted any motor parts besides I sold a whole motor door guy. I think that actually went into the little black prelude that runs around in the Targa Tasmania. Have I taken the tensioner off this? No, I haven't. What size is that? 12 or something. I take the tensioner off the timing belt. I even put a new timing belt in the motor when I got the car just to be sure, but that was quite a few years ago. I don't think it was due to be replaced, but always a good idea to put a new timing belt in. And same with the motor I put in the car, I just swapped the timing belt even though it looked fine. Come off. Oh, that made the cam pop a bit. I guess I should keep all these in order and whatever, but I don't think any of this is going to be used again. Probably not much point when the engine's gone through all that. I think they're going to need a bit of a tap to get them out. Probably another thing you can do is just a big shifter or something and rock them from side to side. Or not. It's working. Don't think much of this is worth saving. I guess the cams will probably keep. They look cool if nothing else. Ooh, I think we just had a rocker drop off or something. I don't think that's meant to be loose in there, is it? Or are they? Oh, maybe they are. That's all those bits come out. Oh. Out you come. But it's time this thing went to the scrap metal. I just wanted to have a look at it and see what was actually going on. I guess I should treat that a little bit more carefully since they do break, I think. And old tensioner's no good for anything. Spring and bits. Perfectly good timing belt, but only good for the rubbish. Seems to be pretty well held together. It's starting to come. So nice tight tolerances, as you'd hope from a Honda. There's your cam seal at the end. They certainly leak a bit sometimes. I guess these can come out as well. I guess we should have really checked how all the valves are sitting. I think they're all still up where they should be. Nothing broken, loose. I think that bracket, does that have to come off? I think I'll get rid of some of this steel anyway just to make it lighter. Because if this head looks alright, I guess I should probably keep it. But if it's had piston slamming into it or anything, maybe not. Should really be using the drill once I get them loose. Chuck that elsewhere, I think, because that can go in the scrap. The inlet manifold has got a bracket underneath it holding it. That's bigger. Yeah, I need to unbolt that. Of course, these are a slant engine, so I've got it sitting on a couple of bits of wood on this bracket here, where the bell housing for the gearbox goes. which is a little bit iffy, but of course bigger size, isn't it? Where's me 12? Yeah, it's 12. Yeah, these adapters from Hex to 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever one you want. Best things ever invented. Allows the drill to do everything so much quicker. Brackets loose. Got one little hose that's not connected. I think that's it. What's that bolt? Oh, that's just for the manifold. See if I can get this back on the wood safely. Yeah, of course it wants to move into a different position now. Oh, is it sitting on another piece? That's right. That's it. But definitely don't get under that end of it because not much holding it there. So I should be able to crack the head loose. 14s or something. Whoops, well they're meant to be done in a certain order, but we won't be worrying about that today. Gonna pivot the whole engine around. They're a real pain to work on because they got a slanty sump. Well, so far they're all tight at least. I think I did that one, yeah. So it wasn't overheated at the time, but so I've got no idea why I decided to fail it. I'd just done a fairly high speed run. I might just stop that down there, I think. And it just decided to misfire and lose power. Yeah, they're not so tight. Oh, that one is. That kind of didn't seem quite as good as I would have thought. Okay, see if this thing wants that. Oh yeah, it's loose already. Oh, that's nice and easy, isn't it? Yeah, a bit of rust in there. And a bit of water coming out, of course. Valves, beside a bit of rust, don't look too bad. Can't see anywhere, it doesn't look like the pistons are hit. A little bit of stuff there, but it's just from being wet, I think it's. But anyway, we've got that off. Yeah, that piston doesn't. Is that as high as the other? Oh yeah, the head gasket's blown. Wow, that really did blow between those two cylinders by the look of it. I'll have a close look at that. But that's what I assumed had happened. Now that's just blown from one cylinder to the other by the look. I don't know about to the water jacket, but I guess that's the water. Oh, yeah, the water there maybe. Wow. Oh, definitely jammed there. So these two cylinders are going down, those two are coming up. Well, that's one way to get all the coolant out on the garage floor. And that's it, that's where it goes. It's surprised it's not rustier in here. There is quite a bit of rust in it. Oh yeah, well that bore, there's a lot of brown stuff in it, so it must have had water in there. But they crest, go back down, so it's not rust stopping us, unless it's on the other two. But even they start to go back down. So we've done something nasty down the crank end, I think. So we'll have a look at that. I might take it outside even, flip it upside down and see what's going on in there. At this point I can see that one of the con rods is hitting on the cylinder bore basically, and when I turn it the other way, one of the other ones is hitting on the other cylinder bore, and that's why the crankshaft won't turn around